submits Czech Congo.
Wow, Congo is still out cold. He is still asleep. His toes are curled, and he's out like a light, still.
He just opened his eyes.
Man.
His father, Frank Sr.
Wow.
Huge left hand. Wow.
I'm telling you, this Brock Lesnar loss was probably the best thing that could have happened to Frank Mir.
Frank showing great class, checking on his opponent, Czech Congo. Take a look at our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
And here we see the big left hand of Frank Mir. Finally, they're embracing in the octagon. He drops him with the left hand, had him badly hurt. Let's take a look at it again. Vicious left hand.
Joe, just like Gift told me, head movement, boom.
And once he got a hold of that neck, Frank Mir, one of the most talented submission artists in the sport. You do not want that guy squeezing on your neck.
Frank Mir defeats Czech Congo. Congo was definitely not going to tap. Instead, it was lights out. Congo's okay. Mir and Congo embraced. All the talking is over. Two classy fighters. Frank Mir is motivated. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 12 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission, Frank Mir!
The new and improved former heavyweight champion.
All right, I'm here with the former champ, Frank Mir. Easily one of the most impressive performances of your career. Your entire career, you've always been incredibly talented, but now you've got the hard work to go with that talent, and man, is it paying off.
Yeah, talent will only take you so far. I really am trying to put in the hard work to deserve what it takes to be a champion in this sport. The fans are my critics. I read what they say. I always want to come out and be oppressive for them. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. If I don't hear this, it ain't worth it.
Well, you're hearing it tonight, and take a look at the big screen at your handiwork. You dropped him with a vicious left hand.
Yeah, he's a European-style boxer. He had a very erect stance. Jimmy Gifford and I, Richie, work a lot more American-style boxing. So I know if I slip my head to the right, he would look down, stay erect, and I would be able to fight over him.
And as soon as you got him down, you got a hold of his neck, and you don't want you on anybody's neck.
No, he's a big, powerful guy. I didn't really want to let that choke go and have him grounding and pounding me. That's kind of a position I don't really enjoy anymore. So I figured I'd go and put him to sleep, like I said I would in the weigh-ins.
Well, listen, that was an amazing performance against a top contender. Obviously, you are very motivated to get back to Brock Lesnar. It showed in the Countdown show with your strength and conditioning program. Give us your thoughts right now. How do you feel?
Brock, on a personal level, hey, I really do hope that Brock Lesnar is healthy. He's a father. I wish no ill will on him. That being said, get healthy so that I can redeem myself and face you. I will hurt you, and that will be the last of it.
Frank Mir, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome, brother. Awesome.
New and improved, and extremely motivated with his father in his corner. Congratulations to Frank Mir. He wants another shot at the big man, Brock Lesnar. He earns the victory in 1 minute and 12 seconds tonight, defeating Czech Congo.
Frank, over here. Would you like to think that Brock Lesnar is somewhere and he just watched you fight?
I really just want Brock to get healthy, to be honest with you. Maybe if you watch the fight, he'd be more inclined not to get too healthy, I don't know.
Did you look at this fight as a statement, either to Czech or to Brock?
More statement for myself and my training camp to say that I could bounce back from such a watched and a decisive loss from Brock. How did I deal with it mentally? Would I be able to choke knowing that I was going into this with a loss, and another loss could have been very detrimental to my career? Also going out there against Czech Congo, which a lot of people, a loss to Czech would have been, a pretty bad statement on my career. It was an opponent that I really felt that I had to come out there and decisively smash to make a statement. If I had went out there and won a 3-round decision against Czech Congo, I don't think that really would have elevated my status I think going out there and winning. So there's a lot of pressure, and so that pretty much was how do you deal with a lot of pressure. And I think you can see my demeanor, my facial expression walking in there. I deal with it pretty well.
And Dana, I saw you tweeted that you were in shock after that fight. Is that the most shocked you've been after a Frank Mir fight?
Yeah, I was expecting a back and forth war in that fight. Frank looked awesome, man. It was an unbelievable fight. It's one thing, for him to run out there. Listen, when you talk as much shit as Frank did before that fight, you better go in and back it up, man. He did, And not only, it's one thing, did anybody doubt he'd pull off a submission against Congo if it went to the ground? More than likely, but he dropped him, then submitted him. He backed up every ounce of that shit. Every ounce. So, very impressive.
This question's for Frank. Is that more for this fight, or is that looking into the future?
That's just to be competitive for me in the heavyweight division. You're seeing so many giants out there. I mean, look at the guy Stearns tonight, 6'11". When that guy gets another few years under his belt, he's going to easily be pushing the 265 limit. Brock and Shane Carwin are both up there at the higher echelons of the other weight. The only guy who's not, who's one of the top feeders, is Cain Velasquez. But that's Cain. He also wrestled heavyweight in college and was very, very effective, at that weight. So some people don't have to be that size. I think for me, liking strikes and submissions, power is a very important attribute. And so it does well for my style to be that way. And so regardless of who I fight next, I think being 265, and as soon as I get back to the gym in Philippi, I plan on being stronger and stronger to the point where I really start, even this fight I had to cut a few pounds to make the 265 mark, and I hope to be someone who's cutting 15, 20 pounds eventually to make 265. Obviously it takes a little bit of time to put the size on, but that's my goal.
His win was so impressive, and he did everything he said he was going to do. It's one thing to say it. It's easy to sit there and say what you're going to do and talk about it, and it's another thing to go in and do it, and he did it very impressively tonight. So it's interesting. Like I said, the great thing about it is that the heavyweight division has never been more interesting than it is right now. It's only getting better.
And Frank, what do you think as far as, do you think that when Brock's healthy that you should be the next winner? Do you feel you need to win one more match, or what do you think would be fair?
Well, obviously Carwin had the first opportunity there, and due to Brock's health, that took him out. It depends on what Carwin does in the meantime. I know he has to recover from his knee surgery. If he goes and has another fight, obviously I have to have another fight also. That makes it dangerous for him, though. If he goes out and has a poor performance, and I have another performance anywhere near like tonight, that could put me right back up there again. That's how the heavyweight division is. It kind of just depends. Do I definitely think that I'm neck to neck with the other top two guys in there? Absolutely. I think that Cain Velasquez is a very impressive fighter, but he also just went 3 rounds with Czech Congo, or couldn't submit him or knock him out. And I was able to almost knock him out and submitted him. So it just kind of depends on what happens now with Brock. It depends on how long he's out. If he's out for a year, then I don't think any of us are going to sit and wait just to wait for a title shot. We have to feed our families, so we'll all be fighting. So a lot more to tell to then.
Dana, on that account, as far as Lesnar, is there going to be any? What time? Do you know when you'll be able to know? If he's going to need surgery and if he's going to be able to fight anytime soon?
We'll know in a month to a month and a half whether he's going to need that major surgery. If he needs that major surgery, there'll be an interim title.
After the fight, it looked like you were genuinely concerned about Czech, and you walked over, you checked him out, and you gave him a hug. What did you say to him, and what was going through your mind when he was down and you didn't get up?
Obviously, I was concerned about his health. When I looked over and realized how far passed out he was, the fight's over with. There is no, I guess it makes us who we are. We can turn the switch on to go out there and want to choke someone unconscious and break every bone in their body. But once I flip that switch off, that's over with. I'm back to being a father and a human being, to where I have to look over and say, I guess you have to have a split personality. So honestly, I was just worried that he was okay. I seen he was struggling to really get up to his feet. He took a really hard shot and then got finished off with a really tight choke. So that's pretty much the 2 worst things that can happen to you in the fight, to your brain. So, and then when I walked over to him, I really didn't say anything. Obviously, I didn't want anything to come off wrong. I'm probably the last person he wanted to look at that moment, but I just wanted to show him that, hey, fight's over with. There's no reason to keep this going, and it's done, and we've done what we had to do, and eventually we might face each other again, but as of right now, back to mutual respect, and as a person, I hope he was going to be okay.